good? Now, why Lamelo Ball is an All-Star? Bro, if niggas don't know, basically, Lamelo Ball was robbed of his All-Star status. It was a complete robbery. They robbed him. Lamelo Ball has been having a fantastic season, but the NBA just decided to just snub him. I don't know why. Realistically, I don't know why. Like, he's an amazing player, very talented, dropping 30 within 10 every single week, and he fills up seats, and he's a big name. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't. Make the All-Star team. It just doesn't make sense. Like, the only reason I could really see him not making the All-Star team is like because he got hurt. That doesn't really make sense though, because I mean, like, half of the people on the All-Star team are hurt all the time. For example, Joel Embiid, AD, Luka has been hurt. Like, everybody has been hurt, so I don't really understand. Like, I really don't understand. Like, and I'm a E fan, but Tyler Hero over Lamelo is wicked. It's wicked. It's insane. But yeah.
An NBA player has never been number one in fan voting for All-Star and missed the All-Star game.
And he was number one in fan voting. I feel like fan voting should be like the number one, not the number one, but it should be pretty like heavily influenced, since it's what like the fans are watching it. It's like what we want to see. Now at the same time, niggas was voted for Bobo. Who was it? Taco Fall. Niggas was voting Taco Fall inside the All-Star game. That was wild. That was a wild time. But
until now, that player is Lamelo Ball. The NBA complains about ratings. The All-Star game is dying, so they switch the format every year. And now the number one player that fans wanted to see isn't in the game. What's even the point of the fan vote? I'm not even like a die-hard Lamelo Ball fan, but it's pretty obvious that something is wrong there. So how did Lamelo Ball get so much love from the fans and from the players, by the way, and not even make...
Bro, especially with like the 6'7", Lamelo Ball, like, he's definitely the most loved NBA player right now. It was Ja Morant, but then Ja Morant took a wrong path. He took a wrong path. Ja Morant, he just went left. Now it's Lamelo. Bro, if the NBA really wants the ratings to go up, figure out a way we can get Lamelo, Lonzo, and Landry on the same team. Bro, that's gonna boost the ratings crazy. That might even have all Hornets games sold out. The first game, where it's Lamelo, LiAngelo, and Lonzo, it would be sold out for sure.
The team. Well, we know why, and it's messed up. So the voting breakdown was by fans, he was number one among East guards. From players, he was number 3 behind only Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson. But by the media, number 7.
No way.
They thought Trae Young, Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland were all more deserving. So the media killed LaMelo, but they only choose the starters. Then 1 week later, reserves were announced. Those are chosen by coaches, and that voting is kept secret. Now we'll break down why coaches seem to hate...
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yo, LaMelo can be a coach's worst nightmare. Gang. He literally has shot it from half court. LaMelo has one of the worst shot selections of all time, but he just makes it.
Hate LaMelo's game, but this is a direct result of what happened all the way back in 2016. But no one more excited that Skims started making men's underwear than my wife, and it's got nothing to do with me actually wearing them, okay? She's just been a customer for years, and she knew that they would be high quality. Well, guess what? after trying Skims for a few weeks, it is worth the hype. By far the most comfortable, best fitting underwear I have ever had. My biggest complaint normally about boxer briefs is that they ride up. Well, not Skims. Even if I'm having a skinny jeans day, which I still do from time to time. And my favorite so far has been the cotton boxer brief. Everything I love about my old cotton boxer briefs, but better. The fit is perfect. That classic cotton feel. And yes, my wife actually thinks it's cool that I'm wearing Skims men's, which I gotta be honest is a pretty cool bonus that only...
Really? Skims men's? Skims, you have to drop a like how much is he getting paid for this? You have to pay me a pretty good amount to hop on this bitch with some Skims on, bro. That was gay. I'm be honest, that was gay.
Only comes with Skims. So click on the link in the description to shop Skims men's. And after you place the order, be sure to let them know that I sent you. Select YouTube in the survey and be sure to select my channel AM Hoops in the drop down menu that follows. And if you're looking for the perfect gift for your Valentine or for yourself, Skims just launched their best Valentine shop ever. Available in sizes for women, men, kids, and even pets. A random role player, Zaza Pachulia, was near the top of fan voting.
Zaza Pachulia. That is a deep find. That is a find. I forgot about Zaza Pachulia. Probably the worst player on the championship winning Warriors.
All-star starter. And I only say random because this was before he was on the Warriors, okay? Casual fans did not know Mavericks Zaza Pachulia. But his home country of Georgia did, and there was this gigantic push to make their guy an all-star starter. So everyone was shocked that some dude scoring 8 points a game might start the All-Star. He had more votes than Draymond Green, Tim Duncan, Blake Griffin, Anthony Davis.
First of all, who was voting Draymond Green for the All-Star game? Who was voting him? This does not surprise me. Who went on the website and voted Draymond Green? Now, Tim Duncan, Blake Griffin, and Anthony Davis is a whole different story. But Draymond Green, like, come on.
Davis, but then it like became a meme, okay? Almost like a game. People are like, yeah, let's get this role player into the All-Star game. That'll be fun. So people are all talking on social media. Wyclef friggin' John made a song about it.
Zaza Pachulia for the All-Star game. Go cast your vote right now. Wyclef said so.
But Zaza missed starting by like an inch, under 15,000 votes. That is nothing. So the next year, the NBA was like, oh, you crazy. Think it's funny to mess with our All-Star game? No more. Fans cannot vote for All-Star starter. They can't be trusted. So the next year, they went to a weighted vote where 50% come from the fans, 25% from players, 25% by media. Oh, and by the way, that next year, Zaza joined the Warriors, and he would have been a starter if they didn't change that rule. And the same for Lamelo. But coaches said no. Why? Well, if you look at his stats, Lamelo averages over 28 points a game, 4th most in the NBA.
Crazy.
Over 7 assists, 9th most in the NBA.
Crazy.
Over 5 boards, which is 13th in the league among guards.
6,
Simply
7.
put, Lamelo averages more points, boards, and assists than every other East reserve, and he's not an all-star. Why? Because of a different stat, wins. The Charlotte Hornets just so happen to be a 12-win.
Okay. That's a bad stat. I wasn't thinking about that because that shouldn't be a factor. Like, really, like, that shouldn't be a factor. If you get into the All-Star game, it should be because of your performance, not your team's performance. That doesn't make any sense.
Team this year, a lot of coaches and media see Lamelo as a circus act and not a serious player. He doesn't actually win. They think his stats are empty, and he's kind of a joke.
I mean, he has nobody on his team.
The Cleveland Cavaliers got 3 All-Stars because of their record. But forget LaMelo's popularity here. There's another reason that that's ridiculous. Do they really think that if LaMelo got to play with Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley that he would suck? Or would he be an all-star? Instead, he's on a team with 0 other creators. LaMelo has to create the offense for himself and all his teammates. Oh yes, Miles Bridges can sometimes create his own shot, but he ain't setting up LaMelo. Brandon Miller is decent, but he is injured for the season. So LaMelo's just one of 5 guys on the floor at any given time. one of 10 guys throughout the game, and it's his fault? The
I mean, if he's
GM
dropping
puts
28 and
average
7, what
teammates
else they
around
want
him,
him to
and
do?
that's his fault? Oh, and the NBA defenses know that LaMelo has to run the show. They scheme for it, and he still gets these numbers. It's insane. But I won't do the thing where I say that LaMelo should be in the All-Star game, but I don't say who he would replace. It's so easy to like list 5 snubs as if there's like 5 extra roster spots. No, LaMelo probably should have replaced Evan Mobley. He's obviously having a...
Did not know Evan Mobley was in the All-Star game. That should tell you all you need to know. I did not know Evan Mobley made the All-Star game. So yeah, that means the coaches were definitely doing it off of wins, because I don't know why Evan Mobley's in the All-Star game over LaMelo. Come on. Lock in.
a great season, but it's either him or Pascal Siakam. And I think that Pascal would dominate no matter what team he is on. But Evan gets
Pascal
a major
Siakam,
boost
like,
here from being on the Cavaliers.
Like, come on, let's worry about filling up the seats. Like, Pascal Siakam, I mean,
If there is one guy that you'd say got here partly because of his team, it would have to be Evan Mobley. And no offense to him, but going by the logic that I just explained earlier, Mobley has to be the one guy that I would have to kick off. But there's another way for Lamelo to still be an all-star. He is dealing with an ankle injury, so that needs to heal. But after that, he needs somebody else to get hurt to be an injury replacement. This is how De'Aaron Fox made his only all-star game. Same with Scotty Barnes last year. Now, Commissioner Adam Silver actually picks these injury replacements, so I would think that he's smart enough to pick LaMelo to make the fans happy. But who else could he pick instead? Because it's no guarantee. Well, there's a real chance he picks Trae Young over LaMelo. Trae
What?
has consistently been a great individual player.
Trae Young didn't make it? No. I thought Trae Young was already... Trae Young is an all-star. What is going on? So Pascal Siakam and Evan Mobley made it over Trae Young and LaMelo? Well, I guess there can't be too many guards, but like... Wow, that's crazy.
But has now missed All-Star 4 of his 7 years in the NBA. He even said on X, yeah, it's no longer getting snubbed, it's getting traded at this point. I don't know about that, but he is a very similar situation to LaMelo. Trae leads the NBA in assists at 11.4 per game, so great counting stats, but he's not efficient. He turns the ball over, doesn't lead to winning. However, unlike
He's on the
LaMelo,
Hawks,
Trae
though.
has teammates who are playing really well. I mean, Jalen Johnson was a beast before his injury. DeAndre Hunter and Dyson Daniels are balling out, but the Hawks are below 500. What is Trae's excuse?
Clint
Now,
Capella.
while we're
that's the
talking
excuse.
snubs, there is one guy who probably deserves to be an all-star even more than LaMelo. What if I told you that the only players in history with 21 points per game, 61% shooting, and 15 boards per night?
The dude from the Kings. What's his name? I forgot. Is that the dude from the Kings? I completely forgot.
Are Wilt Chamberlain and Domantas Sabonis,
Yeah, Sabonis.
who's not an all-star. Domas leads the
Sabonis
NBA in
does-
a ton of
Sabonis
advanced
does
metrics
deserve it. I
and
forgot.
rebounding, but I
That's
think
true.
the Mike Brown scandal hurt him. Coaches do not want to reward the team who fired Mike Brown that way. When dude got fired, coaches were ripping the Kings because they love Mike Brown. So are they going to make a king an all-star, make that owner happy? No. Instead, they put Alperen Şengün in there, who I love being in Houston, but dude shoots 49% from the field.
Şengün.
Domas shoots 45% from 3. It is ridiculous that he's not an all-star, but a guy like James Harden is. Now, other potential snubs are Kyrie Irving, Norman Powell, Devin Booker, and De'Aaron Fox in the West. And
Hold
really,
on.
I could only
Who is what? I'm not watching this All-Star game. No Kyrie, no Booker,
say Tyrese Maxey in the East.
no LaMelo, no Trae. Like, I'm not watching this.
But I totally get those. I can't make the case to kick off like 5 guys to get all of these guys in. But I think you can make the case for LaMelo Ball replacing somebody like Evan Mobley. Because even if you don't love LaMelo, well, the NBA complains about ratings and the all-star dying. It is insane that they don't put the one guy that fans really want to see in the game. but we might see De'Aaron Fox off the Kings soon. This time of year, of course, is all
Wow, he just called it. He literally just called it.
about all-stars and trades. Deadline's coming up soon.
That's actually insane. But yeah, bro. I gotta see who's on the All-Star. Cause it sounded like it's a whole lot of in the front court for the East. Giannis, Tatum, Cat, okay. Mitchell, Brunson, Siakam, and Mobley. Interesting. Okay, these guys definitely didn't get any fan votes, but Jaylen Brown, Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, Damian Lillard, and Tyler Hero. Okay, so this is a problem. No, this is a problem. West front court, Jokic, LeBron, Durant. Okay. Shai and Curry. Okay. Anthony Davis, Jaren Jackson Jr., Sengun. Interesting. Victor Wembanyama. Ant, Harden, Jalen Williams. Okay. Yeah, Lamelo should have definitely been on this list. Definitely. I think Trae Young too. I would have put the dude from the Kings on there too. I don't even remember his name, but he's like an overlooked star. He's really a star, but people just overlook him. It's crazy. But yeah, bro. It's just crazy, NBA. If you really want to increase your ratings, make Sengun get hurt and put LaMelo in. 6-7.